What's up everyone, welcome back. Today we're playing Cormela Glamour Thief in Historic Brawl. Cormela is a 4-mana Grixis 2/4 Vampire Rogue with haste, pay 1, tap, add Grixis to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast instant sorcery spells, and then when Cormela dies, return up to 1 target instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. This is essentially a Spellslinger Grixis deck that has a commander that kind of acts as a Grixis mana rock, right? Only for instants and sorceries, but still, the deck is mostly instants and sorceries. So, and then the fact that Cormela has haste means that we can do it immediately. We don't have to wait. We don't have to play Cormela, wait a whole turn, hope it survives, and then we can add the mana. We can play Cormela and immediately tap it as long as we have 1 mana available to add Grixis. So it's kind of like color fixing, and it kind of acts, like I said, like a mana rock, because a mana rock would provide the mana right away. As far as the deck, it's just Grixis Spellslinger control, essentially, with no real win con. Basically, patience is our win con, trying to grind the opponent into dust. But it's just got all the good Grixis stuff in here. Most of it, leaning towards Spellslinger, but there is some non-Spellslinger stuff, like the One Ring is a permanent, and Magic Mirror, is a draw engine, but its cost is reduced by the amount of instants and sorceries we have in our graveyard, so it's directly synergistic with our commander. And a couple other things. I won't go through everything in the deck, but it's typical Grixis stuff. I mean, you could replace this commander with Bolas or some of the other popular Grixis commanders, and this deck would still work. It would still kind of do the same thing. So yeah, let's just get into the games and see if we can get some wins. I'm not really sure how. This is one of those interesting commanders in the sense that it is powerful. I have played against it and it was very good, but it's an uncommon. So I'm not sure which queue we will be in when we play this commander. I don't think we're going to be in like S tier hell queue with this commander. But it is good, so we'll see if the people who are behind the queue and matchmaking figure that out. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Where are we at? I have so many decks. Cormela, there we go. Cool. Just want to make sure we have the right deck selected. I've definitely made that mistake before. If you like this kind of content, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. So, everyone who watches the channel knows that I'm a big fan of black and red. So Grixis is kind of just like black and red plus counter spells. So I'm right at home with Grixis. I'm mainly joking. Grixis is great. Adding blue to red and black is very, very powerful. Okay, so we go first. Great. We have a couple mana rocks. We have all our colors. Removal. Playing against the first sliver, this is usually a 5-color good stuff deck. So let's dig for the removal's nice, but we really want to counter spell so they can't get this down, but we'll see. But this is too good to pass up, so we'll keep. Turn one, we don't have an island, so let's get the castle down since it'll come into play tapped unless we have an island. We don't have a turn 1 play anyway, so we don't care if it comes into play tapped. They're gonna do the same thing, get probably a, well, maybe they'll get a Triome, but they'll get something and it'll probably come into play tapped. Yeah, Triome. Okay. Let's do it like this. Let's do the Cold Steel Heart, because this comes into play tapped, same kind of idea. We want to get our black up, so we can cast it Invoke Despair eventually. Right now we only have 1, 2, 3 black sources. Counterspell, perfect. We want double blue, which we already have. So let's get... do it like this. Blue. And then we'll have double blue. We haven't cast a land yet, huh? We technically don't have a red source, so let's get the red source down. Now we have Bedevil and counterspell. Cormela can come down next turn, although it seems like it might be a bad idea because we don't really have anything to do with the mana. They're mana fixing themselves. Oh, that's great. I mean, we're definitely doing good on mana. We could play Cormela and have them try to remove it. We could play Dark Ritual and Invoke Despair and draw some cards. I think we'd still have mana to have Counterspell up, right? This would give us 3, and then we would still have... They have Counterspell mana. They do have blue. Well, let's try it. I mean, we could draw some cards here and make them lose 6 life. I mean, it's definitely a decent play. Let's use the colorless source and the red source since we don't need those. Oh, and I need a black. That's fine. I guess we're losing the red, but... I don't know why my brain... Offer you can't refuse. So we could counter that. We get 2 treasures off of this offer we can't refuse. Is it better to hold up the counterspell for their commander? I think this is worth it, honestly. We have more counters in the deck. Like that one. They're not going to be able to play it this turn unless they have a Dark Ritual or something. Ooh, that's a good draw. More black. Do we have double blues still? Yes. Brawl. We could play you. And... there wasn't any stick before. But it's risky. So we could play this, and then... No, we wouldn't have mana for Thassa's intervention, so... let's just pass. They can remove Brawl, I'm not too worried about that. Although there's a lot of stick right here, so we'll see what they're gonna do. They're probably gonna try to remove it, I mean, I'd imagine. Yeah, that's fine. I was thinking about countering it because we get a trigger off Brawl and keep it on the battlefield, but we already have so much mana. I'm not worried about the cost reduction. They're gonna go for first sliver, most likely. They do not go for first sliver. Very strange. Okay. Well, we can get our commander down. They can counter it if they want. We have a ton of mana, so I'm not worried about replaying it. Draw X cards, then discard a card. Okay, so they're tapping out to do that. That's fine. Are you gonna re-counterspell me? What they discard? Hitmir's Garden. Okay. We could attack them. But let's not. Because then, if they don't remove this and they don't play the first sliver, we could look at a bunch of cards and put them in our hand. Cascade. Okay, so we want to let the Cascade trigger resolve. Because we want to see what it is. Okay. You may play an additional land. Don't really care about that. So we'll resolve the Oracle. We could just kill this with Bedevil. So we could tap this, we get 3, 4, 5, 6. So we look at the top 4 and put 2 of them in our hand. Seems pretty good. We're kind of low on cards. We can Bedevil their commander. Okay. This doesn't stop counter spells, right? Okay, resolve. That's funny. They only have 1 mana up, and it's Gruul mana. They can play an extra land if they have it. I was going to counter it, but I think the value of this with Cormela is better. So pass. They run counter spells. So that's why I'm thinking of doing this now. Magic Mirror is good. And then we can commit. Nice. Okay. So we can do this. 1, 2. This would put another, yeah. Do it like that. Blow that up. We can Kolaghan's command their Oracle. And still have enough mana to commit, right? Yep. Getting the Magic Mirror down would be awesome. If we do this, though, we don't have enough mana to commit. We can't attack because then we lose the ability to add mana. Are any of these artifacts? Just seeing if we can blow up a land real quick. Doesn't look like it. I want to get this down, but I think we gotta wait. There was no stick there either, so they don't have anything, at least in the colors that they had open, that's instant speed. Okay, again, we want to let the Cascade trigger resolve because there might be something worse. Teferi's Protection. That's really funny. Yeah, go ahead and cast Teferi's Protection. They cast it. So... okay, so this is funny. I think what we do... until your next turn... life total can change and gain protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out. So does this count stuff on the stack? Because they don't control this permanent yet, right? Okay, let's just do this before it resolves. Just in case. So let's commit. Yes, their commander. They have the option to put it in their library, which they do. Then let's Kolaghan's command. Blow up their Oracle. They haven't made their second land drop yet. And now all their stuff faces out. Okay. Magic Mirror is now 3. So let's definitely get that down. And then we could memory and shuffle away their commander, which I think is what we do here. Right? Can't we do that? Why not? Why won't it let me do it? Not another blue source. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. Undo. Undo. That's a bummer. But they're not going to draw it next turn. Unless they have a draw effect. So we have one more turn to do it. Oops. Oh, we have to tap this to get it. Okay, well. Okay. Awkward. I could have sequenced this better, but it's okay. So put one of them into your hand. We have enough mana? One? No, we don't have. So this is double blue, yeah. And library, exile. Cast it. As foretold. I don't know why I didn't use this mana. Okay, so we're set up. We'll see what they do. They have a good amount of mana. They can do some stuff. But we can shuffle away their commander with memory, because it's still on top of their library. That's what I wanted to do this turn, but I didn't divide up my mana correctly. I was too excited. Too bad I don't have a Narset so I could Narset wield them, but... Mix Bloom. Okay, so they triple their mana. Esper Sentinel. But they don't have a lot of mana left over. You have 3 of whatever this... 3 blue, so you have 5 mana left over. You should be able to do something with that, right? Fortunately, Languish doesn't kill all their stuff here. Wow, they didn't have anything to do with 5 mana? That's crazy. What's in your hand? Okay, so we got to decide what's the best play here, because memory we can obviously do. We have a ton of mana. It's probably best if we kill this thing. I mean, they have triple mana right now. So do we really care if this comes down? That's what we got to decide. We're in such a good spot, we're going to start outvaluing them. And this is a really big problem. We can Shatter Skull smashing it. Because if we do this, it's funny to shuffle away their commander, but then they draw a fresh 7. While, if we don't do it right now, we're going to be the one drawing all the cards and reducing all our casting costs. So I think the truth is here, we just do the right thing. And we do this for 5. No. Cancel. Six. We have to do it for 6. Otherwise we can't kill both. Sure. And then we're gonna have to pay the... yep, we'll pay it. No problem. We need those things to die. And it's their turn. So they can recast their first sliver. And get a Cascade trigger. Assassin's Trophy something. They should probably blow up the Magic Mirror. They blow up my command. Dude, no! No, opponent! That's not how that's... that's not what you're supposed to do. We keep needing more blue mana, so I feel like we should just grab another blue source. They should have blown up the Magic Mirror. That was the wrong play. Alright, so what do we get back? And oh, we could get counter spell. Can we just counter their commander right here? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Give me the counter. Nope. Oh no, I mean, just from like a normal play pattern standpoint, you shouldn't blow up my commander because I can just replay it, and this is going to give me way more value. But especially because I forgot about the death trigger where I can just get a spell back. I think they must have forgotten about that too. That's hilarious. And we had just enough mana to cast that counter spell. They still have 5 mana left, so they can do something, although they ended their last turn with 5 mana and they couldn't do anything, so I don't know. Solve the equation, yeah, that's good. Go get any instant or sorcery. Farewell is definitely a good option. But we can get a counter spell. Alright, and we can also shuffle it away. But do we do that? I think we should. Let's go get... we need more black as well, so let's go get the Dimir. I guess we could get Xander's Lounge. But we really need the mana, because I think we're gonna memory here. None of these spells are great. And we really want to get these out of their hand. So, even though this gives them a fresh 7... Well, I guess we could play Cormela and then do it, right? Let's have maximum mana. Alright. We can all run Epiphany. We can brainstorm. It's too bad we got the brainstorm after we fetched. They have a fresh 7, we have a fresh 7. Let's foretell you. We do have a fetch in hand, we just don't have it on the battlefield right now. So let's pass. We can brainstorm on their turn, maybe get a counter. We could do it for free because of the as foretold, if we really need to counter something. Their commander now costs 9... How much is that? 5? Yeah, 9. So if they want to replay their commander, that's their whole turn. They have 7 fresh cards. But we have 2 extra turn spells. We can't play this one until we get Cormela down, but we can get Cormela down and then pay for most of its casting cost. If they pass with open mana, then we know they have a counter. Because why else would they not play stuff out of their hand? Yeah, we had to get rid of that farewell, because the farewell would have eliminated all of our value. They have nothing to lose with the farewell if they exile all artifacts and enchantments, because they have none, right? So it would have basically been a one-sided wipe of all of our value. And the longer the magic mirror and as foretold stay on the battlefield, the more likely it is that we'll win, because then we're going to start drawing huge amounts of cards. Okay, pass. So they're passing with 10 mana up. It sort of implies like Sublime Epiphany or something like that. Some type of counter something. So let's brainstorm for 0. Burn down the house. Wash away is nice. We don't really need this. And we don't really need this island, I guess. We'll do it like that so that we draw the island. I guess we're going to draw both anyway because of the magic mirror. It doesn't matter. I just didn't want to brainstorm lock myself, but I forgot that I literally can't because of the magic mirror. It could have Hullbreaker Horror or some type of like flash speed big creature. We'll find out. Hopefully we draw a counter. But now we have cut down and wash away because of as foretold at instant speed, and they cost 0. So again, the longer these two are on the battlefield, the more likely it is we'll win, because we're going to start drawing a ton of cards, and then like anything with mana value 2 or less, or 3 or less, or 4 or less start becoming free on both our turn and the opponent's. And there's just not a lot of ways that they can keep up with that besides Farewell. There's Brawl, which is awesome. How many creatures? They only have one in their graveyard. Because this exiles all creature cards. Okay, well I guess this doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, let's go get our good lands. Activate ability. Xander's Lounge is tempting, but I really want the mana. And we're at a high life total, so I'm not worried about that. We have Reliquary Tower, so we don't have to worry about our hand size. We don't have to just play stuff to play stuff. Play Brawl for free. Give them something. There was no stick there. Let's pass to our second main. No stick. Let's take an extra turn. Yes. Okay, great. So then I can take 2 extra turns. Let's burn down the house and make the devils. And end the turn. Draw a bunch of cards. Now we have, what, 6 power on the battlefield? If they don't have anything at instant speed, why did they hold up 10 mana? I'm so confused. We have Wash Away Protection in case they try to cast something here. This can counter anything. So I'm not sure what they're doing. And I'm not sure why it's stopping us in our upkeep. Unless they put an upkeep stop. Like they actually put a stop like this. But I don't know why they would do that. Unless they have like... Yeah, they don't got anything. Like I said, the longer these two are on the battlefield, the more likely it is that we win. And so you can see like here, I think we were going to draw 4, right? Or maybe it was 3. So we were going to draw 3, and then we have our normal draw, so we would have drawn 4 total. We would have had this extra turn plus this extra turn, so we would have done it again. Next turn we would have drawn 4 plus our, you know, card that we draw for our turn normally. It just would have been nuts. We would have had so many cards. So that's why it wasn't that big of a deal to wheel away, you know, the Farewell at the cost of having them draw 7, because our board was set up. If we didn't have these down, I probably wouldn't have done that. I would have just let them cast Farewell into a counter spell or something, or just let them do it on our commander or whatever they wanted to do. But since we were the ones that were gonna lose all of our value, I didn't want them to do that, and I felt like that was a necessary trade. So we beat 5-color good stuff. I mean, that deck is I think that's in the top 10 of historic Brawl decks right now. Like if you go look up on one of those websites that keeps track of what the most popular commanders are in historic Brawl, I think the 5-color sliver deck is in the top 7, I want to say. Maybe even the top 5. So we just beat a top 5 deck with our janky Grixis uncommon commander. Tezzeret. Is this Commander Tezzeret? Or is there a creature Tezzeret? I can't remember. I'm sorry, Planeswalker. That's what I meant to say. Planeswalker, yeah. Okay. So, artifact deck, mono blue artifacts. Really good, it's really good Planeswalker. Mono blue artifacts. I don't think I've ever played this deck in this configuration, so I actually don't know what to expect, but artifact decks in general are really good. This gets rid of Planeswalkers, right? No. Legendary creature. Okay. Well, mono blue is going to have a lot of counter spells, so Magic Mirror would be nice to get down, although it's not going to get down for a while. I think we got a mulligan this hand. There's just not enough interaction for their deck. And they get to go first as well. Black source. Ah, the mana's so awkward here, but at least we can thought seize them. That good? Create a treasure. It's awkward, it's clunky. But I think this is better than the last hand. I don't really want to go down further. Mono blue, it's Mono blue's a tough one because they have a lot of answers for what we're trying to do. And they get the ramp going. This can fix our mana. They're tapped out too, so why don't we just thought seize them? Mass Manipulation, Fading Hope, Supreme Will. This is their only counterspell. Mass Manipulation is going to take a long time to get to. Chrome Sea Shark is good, but let's get rid of their counter. We need a blue source. A blue and a red source. So let's just do this. We need all our mana, so let's just get the Triome down. Oh, they don't have a land. So they can't cast Tezzeret on curve. This is good. Not the worst thing. Okay. We can cast this, then this. Or play. We're technically not casting lands. What would we do this turn anyway? I guess counter their commander next turn, right? So we would need double blue, which we don't have. That's not going to happen no matter what. We could... Yeah, I guess we just do this and name Vampire. What hold on. It's a Vampire Rogue. I don't know. I don't know if we have other rogues in the deck, but we might, so that's fine. We'll see if they have a land drop. Ah, they do, so they get Tezzeret down. I was hoping to counter it with Thassa's Intervention. Do they hold up mana? No, they're going to play Tezzeret. Yep. Incubate. Make an incubator token. +2, draw 2, discard 2, unless they discard an artifact. They discard an artifact. Alright. We could play our commander, but they could Fading Hope it. That wouldn't be great. Let's just pass. We have some interaction. If they don't do anything that we care about, we can Memory Delusion, dig for some stuff. Yeah, so they can do this without paying the mana cost because Tezzeret allows them to. So we could commit the token. Is that worth it? I don't think so. We could commit something else like Tezzeret and tuck it. We could Memory Deluge on our main phase or our end step so that they can't counter it. Yeah. Let's dig for some answers. Hard draw. Blockers would be nice. But I think we take the land. So this Chrome Sea Shark plus this is very good because they can just instant speed make their incubators. Although I think they have Summoning Sickness. They can't deploy it right now. Blue, right? What is this? You can emblem with whenever you an artifact you control becomes tap, draw cards. Pretty good. So they can -6 next turn. And I think if they -6, we're pretty much dead. Oh, they can do it this turn. Perfect. Yeah, I think this game's over. Now they have unlimited card draw. But I guess we can try to just remove their artifacts. Yeah, this game's over. Cool. Yeah, can't let the Planeswalker ultimate. So the right play would have been to commit their Tezzeret. That's what I should have done. Okay, this is the new Naya commander. It's like cares about like wolves and elves or something. Yeah. Okay, it's got Ward 3, which is pretty good. We go first. We have Fable. I think we keep. Fable helps us get through most of this stuff. Is there a tap land that we should play? Probably this guy. It's gonna take a while for us to get to X = 5 to kill this, so no point in holding it just for that. Let's try not to take damage when we don't have to. We can Fable next turn. If they don't play a blocker, we can attack with the 2/2. We'll probably just go fetch the Triome with this guy. Create a treasure. Okay. Get the Triome. We should probably get Phyrexian Arena down sooner rather than later so that we can start outvaluing them. I was about to say, are you going to miss your land drop? They tap their creature. We'll see if they play something else. If not, we can attack in with the Goblin. I mean, I might just attack in with this anyway to get the treasure. But it's extra good if we can keep the Goblin. And they can't block it. Okay, yeah. You have a lightning bolt or something? I don't know what that is. 4/3. Discard 2 cards. Well, we should... It's tough because this is really good with our commander. So if we play our commander this turn, that's 4 mana, we'll have 1 mana left over. We can tap it. But then we don't have a 3 mana. We can attack with the Goblin and make another mana. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play Cormela. Have 2 mana left over. And then create 4 mana. Just not enough to Temporal Sundering. I think right now this can go. This is probably going to be good for us. Why don't we just do it like that? Third Path Iconoclast is nice. Can create blockers. Does it have trample? It does have trample, of course. Why wouldn't it? Okay. We need double black. Yeah. Alright, I guess we're shocking this in. We can do this and this. And then do we make the treasure? Or do we hold up blockers? I think we gotta hold. Like, I think we gotta make the treasure, right? Because next turn we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play Cormela. I don't know. They're only at 3 mana too. No attacks. It's weak, but I think this will keep them from attacking us for 1 turn, which might be enough to just hold them, to keep our life, because we're losing life to Phyrexian Arena. We lost some life from Shocking and Blood Crypt. I just don't want to start taking 7 a turn. If we attack with this, they easily block it. Our life total against this deck is more important than that extra treasure right now, is what I guess is what I'm trying to say. We're going to make another creature with Fable once it flips next turn too. Steel Seraph. What does this thing do again? Vigilance, flying, vigilance, flying, vigilance, or lifelink. Okay, well. Alright. Really give it flying. Seems good. Okay. Well, we can make a copy of the third path and start creating a ton of creatures and blow this up so that they can't make a bunch of flyers. We can't do that this turn, though. We could play Cormela, then add the mana, then Price of Fame. And then Surveil 2. Okay. I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to play Cormela. Decline. Next. Back with you. Make the treasure. Next. Hopefully they block with the Steel Seraph. That's what I'm hoping. Damn. Okay, well. We gotta get rid of that. Make another 1/1. Oh, that's nice. I think we need both of these, but we'll take that first. No, we'll take this first. Karn's Temporal Sundering, get the burn down the house. Yeah. Okay. We could play this as a land. Oh, is that where we're at? I think so. Okay. We got a good board. I mean, they can't really attack through it right now. Once they get their commander down, they can attack through it. Okay, that takes a creature out of combat. They're going to play their commander. It doesn't have haste. Oh, it gets around the... It gets around the burn down the house. That's a bummer. Okay, now it gains haste. Oh, they all gain haste. Okay, okay. Wow, they just go for it. That's crazy. This gives everything haste. I'm taking 7, 14. Yeah, can't do that. Well, since everything's gonna die anyway, might as well maximize here. So let's kill their commander, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then we take 8. I guess we're going to draw both because of Phyrexian Arena anyway, so... And Cormela stays on the battlefield. Okay. Do it like this. Target player. I don't really care about the ward if we're going to blow up the whole board, right? We could bounce this back to our hands so we don't take 4 every turn. That might be what we have to do. Yeah, seems awkward, but it's okay. We just can't take that much... We just can't take that much damage. We're at 4 life. What do we need? We got blue, blue, red... Black, black. More blue is always good. Okay. So we will... attack in. And... burn down the house? I mean, we don't have a choice, right? We could get burned down the house again. Yeah. I think we gotta. Bloodstained Mire's so awkward. Let's go get something and hope to God they don't have a hasty creature. I guess we'll do this and surveil. Yeah, we don't need that island. In turn, I would love to play Phyrexian Arena, but I can't at 3 life. That's crazy talk. They know we have the burn down the house. Unfortunately, this gets them around that if they play their commander. But their commander costs 7, so they're a little bit away from that. Yeah, keep playing out your hand, opponent. Please keep playing out your creatures that have toughness 4 or less, preferably. They can play a 5-mana spell. Wow. Okay, well, GG. Cool. What was that? No, sorry. I always click that on accident. Some type of burn spell. You know what's funny is that I've played that that Naiad deck a couple times, and every time I've played it, they have the weirdest cards in their deck. Like the last time I played it, the opponent had multiple board wipes in their creature deck. It's super weird to me, but like I see that in Commander sometimes because you got 3 other opponents, and so you have to have a couple board wipes in your creature deck. But in Historic Brawl, it's pretty weird to me to have like multiple board wipes. And they were like not like synergistic ones. They were like Wrath of God, like just generic board wipes. So I kind of feel the same way about that direct damage spell, though I guess that's a little bit more synergistic because maybe they're just using it as a finisher, which is exactly what happened right there. But kind of weird card choice. Wasn't expecting that. This would be good if we had a black source. We get to go first. We can play these and then Field of Ruin to get a black source, but then we're doing nothing for returns. We're playing... what is this? I don't know what this is. Put a lore counter in each saga you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Turn target target enchantment. Okay, so it's kind of like sit this at home. Yeah. Well, let's keep. It's a good hand. We get to go first, so we have the benefit of going first. Worst case scenario, we crack this Field of Ruin. Oh, no, nice. We already fixed it. We already fixed our problem. This is exactly why this card is in the deck. Island Cycle. Go get the Triome. Because it's an island. And play it. See, I had a plan the whole time. It wasn't a bad hand, I promise. No, now it's a great hand because we have black. Hopefully we can get double black. But we counterspell's nice. We can play black market here. And start doing black market things. I'm going to hold this. I don't really know what we'd want. Okay, well I guess that's what we would have used the blue for, but we definitely got to get rid of that. But Languish gets rid of it with this treasure we're about to make. So we'll draw a card. We'll make a treasure. Field of Ruin. Should I wait on the Languish? Nah, Calx is so good. Trying to see if there's another way to do this. Black. Red. Follow this. Come on. Come on, Arena. There we go. Put stops. Get rid of your stuff. Okay, the reason we put stops is to make the opponent think we have something when they cast whatever they're going to cast. We let them pause here, and then we go, yeah, that resolves. Wink, wink. We just want them to think we have stuff, right? So that they play as if we did. We're still at a good life total. We can draw a card. Gotta be careful, though. This thing will kill you if you let it. We didn't draw a land, which is unfortunate. Instant speed. We can get in their hand. But then we can't bedevil. No, we can. We still have... But we can't bedevil and wash away. I think this is worth it. Okay, we don't really care about that. Create a monk. +1/+1 counter. God's willing. Target creature getting into protection. This one is super obnoxious. So that's a good card to get rid of. Okay. This makes everything enter with a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, we can say... They didn't even let me do it! They didn't even let me do it. Yeah, we gotta counter Hallowed Haunting. In an enchantment deck, it's gotta be countered. So that would have been an easy counter. This was lighting up, so I wonder if... probably because of the cleave mode, that's why. We would just use counterspell and then had no mana left over to do anything. But yeah, we were on our way with Black Market. Took their best spell out of their hand. We're going to counter the next best thing. They literally drew this off the top. Okay. We do one more. Well, this is going to be a hard one. This is probably the best enchantment deck, and Grixis is not very good at removing enchantments. We do have enchantment removal in our hand, and we have double black. I guess we have red, technically. We have 3 lands. Kinda awkward. Goshentai gets around cut down. Oh man, this is not great. It's hard to mulligan away one of your only enchantment removal sources, but this is not a good hand against this deck. Really, I would prefer sweepers and stuff like that, because this makes a lot of creature shrines. I mean, we can try it, but I just don't think this is it. No blue in the hand, so As Foretold can't come down early. No card draw. A really narrow removal spell. I think we got a mulligan. Dark Ritual's cool. Spell Pierce is nice for an enchantment. Fable. Okay. This is better. Let's castle turn 1 since we don't have an island. I guess we could have fetched an island, but actually yeah, that probably would have been the play. To go get the Triome first, then play castle. Yep, I misplayed that. It's okay. It's okay. We'll go get the... We'll go get it now. I don't think we have a... We don't want to spend Dark Ritual now. I mean, we could do it on Fable. Is that worth it? Is it worth taking 3 life, spending Dark Ritual to get Fable? Could be. So what? We'd want the black and red one then? We have double black. Yeah, I mean... Let's do it. Nope. No red mana. Duh. That was so stupid. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, I deserve that. I deserve that one. 100% deserve it. Well, let's see if we can get out of it. So we definitely want to keep that. Crux of Fate is great. We can put away the Crux. Well, shoot, what do we do here? What do we want to get rid of? Do we want to get rid of anything? We got Feed the Swarm. I don't think we want to get rid of anything. Maybe you. And... you for now. That's fine. We'll do it like this. Hold up, cut down, and spell pierce. I punted pretty hard in the first turn and the second turn. That was rough. That's why we keep spell pierce. It's gotta be Fable. I'm gonna play Polluted Delta but not crack it because I want the Crux of Fate. If I crack the Crux of, or I crack the Polluted Delta, it'll shuffle away the Crux of Fate. Mm-hmm. That's why we want the Crux of Fate. We need to get rid of that thing. At 0. They're gonna block it. Mm-hmm. Don't get a tap land. Don't get a tap land. This isn't a dragon by chance, is it? No, it's not. Okay, well that at least slows them down. Or does it? I guess we can blow that up. I mean that we're gonna take 5 life to do that, but I guess that's what we gotta do, right? Yeah. Gotta take 5 life to do that. This is nice against all their... Too bad it doesn't hit their commander, but it's definitely nice against their 1/1s. That one sucks. Extra card draw for them. Enter Lounge. We should have fetched that in the beginning. Yeah, I think we do it like this. And get in damage while we can. They can play a land, play their commander. Make them evolve. Pretty good. Okay. Do we just attack again for get them down to? Yeah, I mean, I guess we could play this. And make a copy of this? That doesn't do anything, right? Yeah. They're gonna start getting whatever enchantment they want, whatever shrine they want. They draw 2 because they have 2 shrines. Yep, make a bunch of mana. Makes sense. Yep. And this is why we can't beat this deck. If we were in white and we had Farewell, it would be so easy. But Grixis has basically no enchantment removal, and this whole deck is nothing but enchantments. Now our Shadow's Verdict hits our commander. Okay, so they blow up my... Oh, they blow up those 2. Okay. Well, that's not the worst thing that could have happened. So they're just gonna rest on their shrines, which makes sense. I mean, they're getting a ton of value from them. One of the only targets this is gonna hit, so you can sack it if you want. Fine with me, same effect. Disdainful Stroke hits their commander. Is this Cormela gonna go all the way? Oh, they're gonna start getting a bunch of life. Yep. Yep. Exile my graveyard, which gets rid of half of Cormela's benefit. Yeah. I'm done. I'd rather play another game than sit here and let them whittle me into nothingness, you know? Yeah, again, I tried to play the match knowing that we had like a 1% chance of winning, but I feel like some of you haven't seen that deck play before, so I figured I'd let you guys watch what it does in case you're interested in that kind of thing. It's a very cool deck, but our deck is not good against it, so it's a horrible matchup. And when you have, you know, horrible matchups, there's only so much you can do. It doesn't matter really how good of a player you are, you just don't have the tools to get around what the opponent's doing. Which is one of the things I love about Magic the Gathering. It's every deck has a weakness. So our deck's weakness is that deck. That is the exact thing our deck cannot deal with. This is the Dinosaur Cascade commander. Crux of Fate's nice. Thoughtseize is good. Don't have any blue sources, which is awkward. So we might just have to Crux of Fate to stall for time. I mean, I guess it's what we need. We need a board wipe, so it's hard to turn this hand... Excuse me, hard to turn this hand down. Cool. I don't know. Sure. We're always having fun when we're playing card games, right? We'll do... I'm trying to play one more. Because we're at like the hour mark for this video. At least we're getting quick opponents. Notorious Khan. Okay. So like Boros mid-range. They get to go first. This should be a fun fight. We have a wash away, which is great. This hits planeswalkers. We have ramp and we have all our colors. I think this is a keeper. We have ways to draw cards too. Okay, well, play you. Can't have a better land turn 1. We have 2 ramp pieces, which is awesome. We have Dark Ritual. What does this do? Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, create a 1/1 thought. Okay. Well, we don't have a way to get rid of that right now anyway. So, no point in trying to figure out a way to do that. Let's just fix our mana. Ramp ahead. So, we have triple red in our hand. So, triple red and some other blue spells. So, we want the steam vents. That's the most effective land to get, and then we can Mind Stone. Ramp ahead a little bit. They don't have a way right now to get stuff out of exile, so this doesn't do anything yet. Hydro Mauling's nice. This has to die too, so hopefully we find a board wipe soon. Now we have double of every color because of Xander's Lounge. Target creature. We could play our commander and hope they don't have a 4 damage spell, but red has a lot of deal 4 damage to target creature type spells. So I don't know if we want to just play Cormela to have it die. 8 damage divided as you choose among X target creatures and our planeswalkers. Pretty good. This is going to make a ton of tokens. I don't know. Let's just get this out. Boros. This deck could have removal. It could not. We'll have to find out. No blocks, just in case they have like a 1 damage or 2 damage spell. Yeah, they didn't have it. Okay. So we have a lot we could do with this turn. So what's the best way to do it? We could Meteor Swarm and kill both their things. We only have 0 timers. We gotta think fast. Dark Ritual gives us 1, 2, 5, 6. Cormela would give us 8. We could definitely do this. Why don't we just do it? They have a way to protect them? They do. They have a way to protect them. Okay. So that fizzles. We can play this. And did we get rid of our only other removal spell? Yep, I think we got to. Well, that was a big punt, so they're going to come back at their end step. Yep. Pretty good. That might have been game. Cover 4. So they cast it from exile. Mm-hmm. Nice. Yep. Good Awakening. Well, we went for it. We went for it and we got punished. Nope, that's not... Oh, well, okay. That's not what I wanted to do, but I guess that works. Yeah, I don't think we were getting out of this. We can block something. We can't play Magic Mirror. We don't have triple blue. We can make a treasure. Draw 2, discard 2. Okay, sure. I really want to keep the Magic Mirror, but I don't think we can. Okay. Well, let's see if we can do it with Sublime Epiphany. Okay. Resolve. Let them make that. See what else they do. Demon Bolt. Okay. So we can max punish here. Target non-land permanent back to their hand. So we can get rid of this. But we should probably get rid of their Burgie for now. Target creature we control. Sure. Target player. Yeah. Wow, they had Tybalt's Trickery. Sure. I think we still die though, don't we? Yeah. Maybe we have 1 life? Oh, we can bring back a spell, huh? Anything that gets us out of this? Burn down the house would be so sweet. I mean, I guess it's this one, right? Yes. I think we still die, though. There's too much stuff on the battlefield. Nice. Cool. They had it the whole time anyway. Nice. So they had an answer for every single thing we did. I don't what are you gonna do? They had Tybalt's Trickery in their hand. They couldn't have stacked their deck better. If you like sat them down and said, hey, which cards would you like in which order? That's exactly how they would have put them. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. Alright, let's do a deck review. So, I really like this deck. I think it's a good, I don't want to say B tier and make it sound like a bad thing, but it's a good B tier Grixis commander. One of the things I like about it the most is that for maybe players on a budget, both in paper and, you know, if you're playing commander with your friends or you're playing on arena, this is only an uncommon. So you don't have to spend a mythic or a rare wild card on it. While like Bolas and, you know, those other Grixis commanders, Sauron, you do. And that's one less, you know, rare mythic card in your deck. So I think this is a great commander, even on Historic Brawl. I think we got a little unlucky with some of those games, especially the last one. I mean, they just had an answer for everything we did, and that would be fine if they were playing Azorius, but they were literally playing Boros. Boros is like a meme. It's like not a very good color combination in most circumstances. It's just very. If we played that deck 10 times, there's no way that they would be able to line that shit up like that every time. So we just got very unlucky with that last game. So some of these games you kind of have to take with a grain of salt, but I think I showed how the deck can function and work really well, and Cormela can be a catalyst for everything that's going on in the deck by providing extra mana and doing it essentially immediately because it has haste. So adding that extra 3, or I guess you're actually adding 2, right? Because you filter 1 for 3, so that's you're netting 2. But you know, Cormela comes down and nets you 2 mana. I mean, 2 mana is a lot, right? So, and especially because it color fixes, right? Maybe you don't have all your Grixis mana compiled yet, but now you do with. Well, I guess you would have to if you had Cormela, if you played Cormela, but still, maybe you play Cormela and then you don't have enough mana left over for another Grixis spell, and then Cormela gives you Grixis. So yeah, that's the deck. There's a lot of different stuff you could do, like Spellslinger wise. You could make this a lot more focused on Spellslinger, but I just think some cards like Rhystic Study, which is an enchantment, it's not a instant or sorcery, like, is just so good you got to put it in the deck, right? Or As Foretold, I think we saw that, as you know, in one of the games, it was super good. Or Magic Mirror, right? This synergizes with instants and sorceries. So I don't think the correct way to build it is to just do instants and sorceries. I think you need support for your instants and sorceries, like some of these card draw effects and whatnot. But as long as the deck is like 80% instants and sorceries, I actually am curious. Yeah, we have like 50 cards, essentially. 49 cards, right, are instants and sorceries. So quite literally half the deck is instants and sorceries. And then, you know, this is a little misleading, and we have a lot of MDFCs in there. So it's like 38 lands if you include the MDFCs. So then really, if you take out the lands, it's kind of like, of the playable cards, it's like 80% of the deck is instants and sorceries. So I think, I think this is a good place to start, and maybe you can tweak with some of the cards, tweak some of the cards, swap in some of your favorites. Like one of my favorites is Thought Distortion, but it's not always great, especially in a format that's very creature heavy, like some of those games we played against like creature tribal decks. Well, this card is dead against those decks, so I always include it because I love this card because it's great against other control decks, but it's dead against creature decks. So maybe you take this one out and replace it with something else. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe. Helps me out. Helps the channel grow. I'm like 10 subscribers away from 500. Maybe I've already hit 500 by the time this video comes up. But that's a huge milestone for me and the channel because I think I started this channel like 3 months ago and I had like 0 subscribers, right? So the fact that I'm at 500 is incredible. I'm hoping to hit you know, 1,000 soon after that, and then, you know, we'll see where it goes from there. But the more people that interact, the more people that subscribe, the more people that comment, you know, talk to me through the comments, have dialogue in the comments section, the bigger this channel will get, the more people that will see the videos, and then the more people that will join the community. So that stuff helps me out. Even if you can't support me in any other ways, or you want to support, just like, comment, subscribe. You know, if you like the video, leave a comment saying that you liked it. If you feel like you have something constructive to say, like I could have done this better or that better, leave a comment. That's fine. I like that kind of stuff. That's what we're doing with Magic. We're trying to all learn how to be better and build better decks and all that kind of stuff. And I am by no means an expert, you know. I'm just someone who's done it a lot. Appreciate you watching all the way to the end. Have a good one. See you in the next video.